The much anticipated peace talks between the Pakistan and the Afghanistan Taliban in the Istanbul have dramatically collapsed, plunging the bilateral relations to a new low and leaving the mediators from the Qatar and the Turkey stunned at the breakdown. The sources have told the Millennium that also it means that there is no step for the ceasefires and no step towards the regional stability that has instead exposed deep mistrust, disunity and competing agendas, particularly over the issue of the US drone operations and the cross-border terrors between the Israel and also the other countries apart from the Pakistan and Afghanistan. Also, according to the multiple diplomatic sources, the Istanbul also meeting began with the cautious optimism. The agenda was reportedly finalized with only one key issue left unresolved when the talks suddenly fell apart. The witnesses say that the Pakistani delegation's behavior deteriorated rapidly, marked by the disorganization, heated exchanges, and disrespect towards their Afghanistan counterparts and mediators. The immediate trigger for the collapse appears to have been Pakistan's stunning admission for the first time publicly that it has an agreement with the United States permitting drone operations from its territory. The Pakistani officials reportedly insisted that this pact cannot be broken, a statement that provoked the outrage from the Afghan side, which also demanded assurance that Pakistan would not allow the US drones to violate the Afghan airspace. When the Afghanistan delegation sought guarantees of the non-interference, the Pakistan initially appeared amenable. However, following an unknown phone call to the senior officials from the Islamabad, the Pakistani negotiators abruptly reversed their stance, declaring that they had no control over the American drones or the activities of the Islamic State, that is Daesh. Also, the backtracking sources said effectively derailed the meeting. The Qatari and the Turkish mediators, who had invested significant diplomatic capital in facilitating the talks, were reportedly shocked by the Pakistani delegation's behavior. One observer described the scene as unprecedented in diplomatic circles, with the Pakistani representatives losing composure and resorting to insults. The breakdown was so severe that one source called it sabotage by design. Also, the head of the Pakistani team, identified as Major General Shah Aslam, who is the head of the Special Operation Division of the ISI, reportedly demanded that the Afghan Taliban summon and control all violent groups operating against Pakistan, including the TTP, that is the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Also, the Afghan side countered sharply, noting that the TTP members are the Pakistani nationals, not Afghans, and that it was beyond the Kabul's authority to control the Pakistan's own citizen. ISI's Major General Aslam is the same Pakistan army officer who had been earlier accused of coordinating and monitoring the Pahalgam terror attack with the Pakistan's Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group in the India's Jammu and Kashmir, in which 26 innocent civilians were killed. The Afghan representatives maintained that they are committed to ensuring no attacks on the Pakistan originate from the Afghan soil, reiterating the Islamic Emirates' official stance that the TTP issue is Pakistan's internal problem. In return, they requested that the Pakistan guarantee the integrity of the Afghan airspace and stop hosting or supporting the US drone missions. At one point, the sources say the debate escalated into a direct confrontation when the Major General Aslam dismissed the drone issue as off the table. The Qatari ambassador reportedly intervened, reminding him that the Afghan concern deserved to be heard. Also, in the tense exchange, the Pakistani general retorted that the American drones operate from a US airbase in the Qatar and questioned why Doha did not halt them. to which the ambassador responded that we have an agreement with the United States. Major General Aslam's reply was that so do we have effectively confirmed that the Pakistan's formal cooperation is with the US drone operations.